Ah, I'm hanging out in the bedroom right now. Um, we are going to read episode 5, and it's entitled I Need You. If you remember, Alden ended up in the hospital with a wine bottle to the forehead. So now they're home, and they're going to have a little talk. All right, here we go. Madcap Family, episode 5, I Need You. When Stella and Alden got home, the kids were fast asleep. Nettie took one look at Alden's face. She let out a gasp. Nettie is Alden's mother. Her name's Natalie, but she goes by Nettie. Hey, Nettie, did Annie go home? Stella asked. Yes, I sent her on home so she could put her two to bed. Your 6 were perfect angels, Nettie stated calmly. Stella and Alden just stared dumbfounded at Nettie. Nettie moved in close to get a better look at her son's head. Wow, son, I have to say, I threw a plate full of pizza at your dad's head once. I didn't miss either. Nettie chuckled. She glanced at Stella and winked. Hard-headed, him and his father. Well, son, I am glad you're okay. Good night. Love you both. Nettie headed towards the door. Mother, Alden exclaimed. Does this head look like I am okay? Why are you not angry at her? She could have killed me, Alden complained. Nettie rolled her eyes at her son. Well, you're not dead. I suggest you have a nice sit down with your wife and ask her why she tried to enlighten you. Besides, why would I be mad at her? Do you know how angry your father can make me? Nettie put her hands on her hips. Nettie was getting outraged all over again, just remembering how furious her husband Seeley could make her. Nettie huffed and left. The silence seemed to stretch on. Stella made a pot of decaffeinated coffee. She needed something to keep her hands busy. When the coffee was done, she brought 2 cups over and sat down. Neither one of them knew where to begin. Finally, Stella whispered, I am really sorry I hurt you, Alden. Stella sighed. Tears ran down her face. Alden sighed right along with her. Alden scooted up close to Stella. He put his arms around her. Stella pushed him away. She slapped a palm against his chest and she glared at him. Would you really have sent me to jail? Stella demanded. Alden grinned sheepishly. No, I was just freaked out because my wife whooped on me. I was embarrassed, Alden admitted. Alden grabbed her close again. Honey, I don't know what caused you to lose it, but I am sure at some point in our marriage I had that coming. Alden chuckled softly and went on to say, I love you so very much, Stella. I always have, and I always will. Talk to me. Stella pulled away to look up at Alden. Stella gulped. She whispered shakily, I need you. Stella tried not to cry, but the tears fell. 3 little words straight from her heart. 3 little words that made Alden pause. He felt a whirlwind of emotions. Hearing those 3 words, he waited. He knew there was more. Stella sucked in a breath. We have 6 kids. I am alone so much. I do not want to sleep by myself. I want you here to help me raise our kids. AJ and Ben are getting to that age. They need their dad. The twins are running wild. What one does not think up, the other one does. Stella wiped at her tears angrily. Do you know what those 2 did the other day? They tied sheets together and jumped out the second-floor window. All I saw was 2 kids swinging past the huge family room window. I almost had a heart attack. When I snatched a hold of those 2, they tried to tell me that they were practicing for a fire drill. When I told them they better never do that again, they accused me of not loving them. They said it would be my fault if they went up in flames. Stella sighed. Then there is Elijah. We need to get his nose out of his books. We need to get him to play outside. Maybe take him fishing one on one. Because I hate it that he is so alone and okay with that. He does not have any friends. I think he needs one real friend. Stella ran her hands through her hair. Then there is Franny. Truthfully, that is one independent girl. She knows what she wants, and she is so smart. She needs her daddy too. Franny needs you around to protect her from all the bad boys. She needs your good example of what a man should be so she can grow up and choose wisely. Stella's tirade fizzled out. She sucked in some air. She glanced at Alden to see how he was taking all of this. Alden looked so calm. She looked at his handsome face. Aside from his hideous forehead and strange looking eyes, he still took her breath away. She was starting to get worried. Maybe he needed to go back to the hospital. Alden folded his hands and turned himself more towards Stella. I came home early to surprise you, Alden whispered softly. He paused, smiling as he felt the lump on his forehead. I think I am the one that got surprised. Alden shook his head in wonder. Stella blushed again. I really am sorry, honey. Are you okay? How is your head feeling? Stella asked. Stop sidetracking me, woman. As I was saying today, I got everything set up so that from here on out, I will be working from home. I was so excited that I rushed home to let you in on my plans. Instead, I got a bottle to the head. Alden shivered, remembering Stella glaring at him like a crazed woman. He never wanted to see that version of his wife again. Stella tried to talk, but Alden stopped her. Don't keep apologizing. Like I said, at some point I am sure I deserve that. Besides, it shows me how truly frustrated you have gotten. In the beginning, I did not have a choice. I had to be on the road. Then, when I was home, taking care of this place is a full time job. As time went by, I got used to running off, and in some way, Alden hesitated, looking ashamed. I looked forward to walking out that door, Alden whispered. Stella gasped and started to get angry. Alden looked conflicted and slightly terrified. I just want to be honest with you, Stella. I am sorry too. I really am. With every child we had, I knew that it was putting a lot of stress on you. But I told myself I had to work, and I did. But I could have been here for you more. I could have tried harder. Alden lowered his head, then looked up with pleading eyes. Do you think you can forgive this stupid, selfish man? Please tell me you are not thinking of leaving me. I have seen how unhappy you have become. Tell me that you aren't done with me, Alden begged. Stella hesitated, anger and irritation written all over her face. I can honestly say that I am not pleased with you admitting that you are happy about walking out that door. It makes my blood boil. When I think about 6 kids that are all sick at the same time, me taking care of everything around here. Stella's voice broke again. Alden felt like the worst husband and an even worse father. He had not been a true partner to his wife. He knew he did not deserve her. Are you saying that you're done, Stella? Have I tried to fix things too late? Alden waited for her answer, worry gnawing at his insides. Stella sighed. I am no quitter, Alden. I could never give up on us. That never crossed my mind. Sometimes I felt like a widow or a single parent, and I am so tired. I honestly thought you did not really want to be with me, that somehow I was the one driving you away, Stella sobbed. Stella dropped her head. She wondered if their marriage could really be fixed. No, Alden exclaimed. Alden quickly gentled his tone. No, darling. I have always loved you for as long as I can remember. Alden rested his elbows on his knees. He leaned down, tilting Stella's chin up with his finger. If you can really forgive this fool of a man for not treating you right, for not being the husband that you deserve, or a proper father for our children, I promise you that I am here now. I am not going anywhere. You are going to get extremely sick of me. You give me one more chance, and from here on out, teamwork is what this marriage is going to be all about. Alden watched the different expressions flit across Stella's face: sadness, a slight watery smile, hope, then a big smile of acceptance. Stella launched herself at Alden. They hugged tightly for an awfully long time. They just held each other, almost afraid to let go. Come on, honey, we better get to bed. You need to wake me up throughout the night. And then we must get up bright and early to get the kids up and ready for school, Alden stated. Stella smiled. You said we, she whispered. Oh, yes, darling, we. I helped make all these babies. Time for me to step up. The only way we are going to survive these kids is teamwork. Instead of us both getting up, you need to sleep in. I think you are way overdue for a good long morning off. Stella smiled but shook her head no. I'm going to help, but thank you. You have no idea how horrible these kids are to get up and on the bus on time. Stella smiled, her eyes twinkling with happiness. Stella leaned her head on Alden's shoulder and peeked up at him. Alden, how are you feeling? Stella whispered. Good. Doesn't really hurt. I just look weird. Alden patted Stella's back reassuringly. I mean, are you too tired? Stella questioned. Too tired for what? Alden suddenly realized what his woman was hinting at. Oh, girl, don't tease me now. I'm a damaged man. Alden looked down so he could peer right into Stella's flushed face. Stella laughed. Maybe you are too busted to function. Stella's laugh turned into a giggle. Alden looked offended. Never. Alden shook his head. After all these years of marriage, woman, you bring up sex and you blush. In every other way, you can be fiercely bold in all things. Stella blushed again. She gently smacked Alden on the arm. If you keep making fun of me, I'm going to get so flustered that I am just going to say forget about it. Stella teased, sitting prim and proper. Alden stood up. He grabbed Stella's hand, tugging her to her feet. Alden snatched Stella close. Too late, woman. I am in go mode. Alden growled. Let us retreat to the bedroom and, Alden carefully chose his next words. Make out? Make whoopee? Alden looked at his wife for her reaction. Stella arched her brow. Alden brushed his nose against his wife's nose affectionately. Make love, my love, Alden said softly. Stella smiled. Together they walked hand in hand to their bedroom. That was episode 5. The next episode is called What Is That Stink? Don't forget to like and subscribe, please. And episode 6 is coming up. So here we go. Have a great night.